Yo, I'm Tom Hanks, and I'm here to say I'm, I'm addicted to Adrenochrome in a major way. I started out just dabbling, but now I can't get enough. I need that sweet, sweet chemical to keep me going through the rough. What's up and welcome back. This one, as always, is going to be pretty different. There's been a lot of talk in the news, I guess the last couple of months, about ChatGPT, this sort of AI chatbot that can come up with anything and do your homework for you and everything else. Kinda crazy. But over the past few weeks, Google actually rolled out their own version of this that they called Bard. Apparently it can do a lot of similar things to ChatGPT, but I've not used ChatGPT, so I don't really know the differences. I kind of assume that it's not quite on that level. But also I think that it's able to Google things live. So whereas ChatGPT is trained off of a bunch of data from a few years ago, Bard should be able to get up-to-date information to some extent. Although they're real upfront about saying that it's an experiment and be careful about what you believe. It's not always going to be accurate. So something of a techie myself, I managed to get access to Bard a little bit early, and I've been sitting here laughing, cracking myself up about the stupid stuff I'm having it come up with over the past couple of days. So of course they say, here's where to start. Help me finish my art studio. Help me incorporate more high-protein vegan options. Yeah, I'm going to be doing that. Explain why large language models sometimes make mistakes. I'm good. How about write a short epic about Bernie Sanders saving young Sheldon from the sewer people? So here we have it. Gives a little synopsis, and then it's got the more detailed version of the story. Looks like there's some dialogue, so I'm going to, I guess, try to do a Bernie Sanders and a young Sheldon in this. Don't hold it against me if it's absolute garbage. Young Sheldon was playing in the park when he saw a group of sewer people coming out of the drain. They were dirty and smelly, and they had long, sharp teeth. Young Sheldon was scared and ran away, but they followed him. He ran as fast as he could, but they were faster. Just when he thought they were going to catch him, Bernie Sanders came out of nowhere and saved him. Bernie Sanders was a tall old man with a white beard. He was wearing a red and white and blue suit, and he had a big smile on his face. He fought off the sewer people with his bare hands, and then he took young Sheldon home. Young Sheldon was so grateful to Bernie Sanders for saving him, and he learned that even though he is a nerd, he can still be a hero. The next day, young Sheldon went back to the park. He wanted to thank Bernie Sanders for saving him, but he didn't know where to find him. He looked all over the park, but he couldn't find him. Just when he was about to give up, he saw Bernie Sanders sitting on a bench. Young Sheldon ran up to Bernie Sanders and said, "Thank you for saving me yesterday." Bernie smiled and said, "You're welcome, young man. It was my pleasure." God, is that bad? Young Sheldon said, "I'm young Sheldon, by the way." Bernie said, "It's nice to meet you, young Sheldon. I'm Bernie Sanders." God, that's bad. Young Sheldon said, "I'm a big fan of yours, Mr. Sanders." Bernie Sanders said, "Thank you, young Sheldon. That means a lot to me." Young Sheldon said, "I was wondering if you might give me some advice." Bernie Sanders said, "Of course, young Sheldon. What is it?" Young Sheldon said, "I'm a nerd, and I'm always getting picked on. I was wondering how I can stop getting picked on." Bernie Sanders said, "The best way to stop getting picked on is to be confident in yourself. Don't let anyone make you feel bad about who you are. You are a special person, and you deserve to be treated with respect." Young Sheldon said, "Thank you, Mr. Sanders. I'll try my best to be confident." Bernie Sanders said, "I know you will, young Sheldon, and remember, you're always welcome to come to me for advice." Young Sheldon said, "Thank you, Mr. Sanders, I will." Young Sheldon shook Bernie Sanders' hand, and then he went home. He felt much better after talking to Bernie Sanders. He knew that he would never forget the advice that Bernie Sanders gave him. And that is canon. Alright, write a Game of Thrones scene with a cameo by Scruffy the Janitor from Futurama. Here we go. Interior, Red Keep, day. The Red Keep is in chaos. The battle is raging all around, and people are running and screaming. In the midst of the chaos, Scruffy the Janitor is sweeping the floor. Scruffy, to himself, whoever Scruffy is, "Just another day in the office." Oh, let me get the Scruffy voice right. "Just another day in the office." Suddenly, a group of Lannister soldiers burst into the room. Lannister Soldier 1, "Get down!" The soldiers open fire, and Scruffy ducks for cover. He watches as the soldier kill everyone in the room. When they're finished, they turn to leave. Lannister Soldier 2, "Hey you, Janitor." Scruffy looks up. "What's your name?" "Scruffy." "Well, Scruffy, you're coming with us." "But I'm just a janitor." "We need someone to clean up the mess." "But I don't want to." too bad. Move it. The soldiers drag Scruffy out of the room. Exterior, King's Landing, day. The city of King's Landing is in ruins. The battle is over, and the Lannisters have won. In the midst of the destruction, Scruffy is sweeping the streets. Scuffy, again, I don't know why it's saying Scuffy there, to himself. This is gonna be a long day. As he's sweeping, he sees a group of people gathered around something. He walks over to see what it is. What's going on? One of the people in the crowd says, it's a dragon egg. Scruffy looks down and sees a large green dragon egg. A dragon egg? Another person in the crowd says, yeah, it must have fallen from the sky during the battle. Wow. Scruffy just stands there, staring at the dragon egg. He can't believe his eyes. Suddenly, he hears a voice. Hey, Scruffy. Scruffy turns around and sees Tyrion Lannister standing there. Okay, that wasn't Tyrion Lannister's voice. What are you doing here? That's a bad Tyrion, but fuck it. I'm sweeping. I see that, but what are you doing with that dragon egg? I found it. You found it? Yeah. Well, it's mine now. What? But I found it. I don't care who found it, it's mine now. Scruffy looks like he's about to protest, but then he thinks better of it. He knows that there's no point in arguing with Tyrion Lannister. Fine, it's yours. Tyrion smiles. Good now, get back to work. Scruffy sighs and goes back to sweeping. As he's sweeping, he can't help but think about the dragon egg. He knows that it's a very valuable thing and he can't believe that Tyrion just gave it to him. That's the opposite of what happened. He wonders what he's going to do with it. He decides that he's going to take it home and hide it. He doesn't want anyone else to know about it. He knows that it's dangerous, but he can't help but feel like it's meant for him. That's weird, I kind of like forgot the story detail that it just told. It's kind of like getting a book report from somebody who didn't read the book, I guess. Alright, one more. Okay, full disclosure, I don't believe any of this is real, so it's just for a goof. Write a rap song from Tom Hanks that pressures people to try Adrenochrome, which Hanks is addicted to, and rhymes about harvesting the chemical. Oh, it doesn't want to help. Maybe now. Write a rap song by Tom Hanks about addiction to adrenochrome and harvesting the chemical. No problem. Okay, I'm not going to attempt to rap this, so I'm just going to basically read it. Yo, I'm Tom Hanks and I'm here to say I'm addicted to adrenochrome in a major way. I started out just dabbling, but now I can't get enough. I need that sweet, sweet chemical to keep me going through the rough. Fuck. Oh. I've tried to quit, but it's not easy. The withdrawals are hell, and I always end up back to square one. Now, yeah, at this point, it just is going to stop rhyming. I know it's not good for me, but I can't help myself. I'm a slave to the adrenochrome, and I don't know how to break free. I've heard the stories about how it's harvested from the blood of children. It's said. I don't want to believe it, but I know it's true. There's no other way to get the stuff. So I'm stuck in the cycle of addiction. I'm a monster, I know, but I can't stop myself. I'm addicted to adrenochrome, and I'm going to die this way. Shit. I'm not the only one, you know. Conspiracy theorists. There are others out there just like me. We're all addicted to the same thing. We're all slaves to the adrenochrome. We're the lost and the damned, the ones who have given up hope. We're the ones who have lost our way. We're the ones who are addicted to adrenochrome. So if you see me on the street, don't look me in the eye. Just walk on by and pretend I don't exist. Because I'm not real. I'm just a figment of your imagination. A nightmare that you can't wake up from. I'm the addiction to adrenochrome. That's f***ing rough. And I'm here to stay. Sheesh. This rap song does not represent Google's views, just so that's clear. In case you were wondering, because, you know, it seemed pretty confusing. Good lord, that opening. Yo, I'm Tom Hanks and I'm here to say I'm addicted to adrenochrome in a major way. I started out just dabbling, but now I can't get enough. I need the sweet, sweet chemical to keep me going through the rough. Bard is its funniest when it's not trying to be funny. But I guess if you give it like a good prompt to work with, it's bound to be funny. It's weird that Google knows the conspiracy. It has all these details about it. This isn't even one you can click the Google it button on, though. Probably for the better. Okay, this seems like the responsible thing to do since I'm talking about some pretty heavy subjects, even though It's a completely bullshit, made up conspiracy theory version of things. There are helplines for human trafficking out there. 888-373-7888. Yeah, if you're in the US, or you can text that number at the top of your screen. If you're not in the US, I guess just Google it. So yeah, that got pretty crazy. If you want to see more stuff like this, like, I love coming up with these prompts. I've come up with some that were even better than I showed in this video in the past couple of days, that I just wouldn't have a genuine reaction if I tried to do it again, if it would even come up with the same prompt again. But if you tell me you want to see more, I'll probably give you more. Just let me know. YouTube, Fruit Lab, hit subscribe, hit follow, all those buttons, you know the ones. Hit the like, thumbs uppy thingies, and just go to one of the profiles and start clicking around on random stuff, and you'll probably help in some way or the other. But until next time, thanks.